All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be tackling something that's,
Yeah.
well, it's kind of a head scratcher, right? We humans,
Mm-hmm.
we're all so incredibly similar, like genetically
Yeah.
speaking,
Right.
but it seems like we just can't stop
Yeah.
butting heads and
Yeah.
fighting with each other.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
for this deep dive, we're going to be taking a look,
Okay.
a clip from Coffee Talk with Gersson Torres.
Cool.
Have you seen this one?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great speaker.
Yeah. And he really gets you thinking,
Mm-hmm.
especially about the timeline of civilization,
For sure.
like how long we've actually been around
Right. Yeah.
compared to like how long we've had these
Yeah.
organized societies and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah. And he really highlights that gap, right?
Oh.
Humans have been walking the earth for like, what, 200,000 years?
Oh, 200,000 years, yeah.
Something like that. But
That's a long time.
it is. And then we only started forming these like organized societies, what, 6,000 years ago?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about,
Yeah,
right?
that's huge.
Like all that time we were living in little groups, spread out, hunter-gatherer,
Yeah,
all that, and then boom,
exactly.
we're building pyramids and empires. And then it's like, he makes this point about the Industrial Revolution,
Mm-hmm.
that in the last, what, like 220 years,
Yeah,
technology has just exploded.
it's insane.
Like exponentially.
Right.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder,
Yeah.
like, have we really kept up?
Socially.
Yeah, socially, have we evolved?
Emotionally, have we like caught up with,
Yeah, our brains actually wired for this.
are we ready for this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's a good question
It is.
that he poses.
It is, and he uses this analogy
Go ahead.
comparing, like, natural sciences,
Okay.
like physics, to social sciences.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's saying, like, physics, okay, it's got these universal laws.
Right. Like gravity.
Right. Like, we can,
Unpredictable.
yeah, we can depend on them.
Yeah.
But then you try to understand human behavior
Right.
with almost 8 billion individuals.
Yeah. 7.9 billion, he says.
7.9 billion each with their own little
Yeah.
motivations and their own experiences.
That's a lot tougher, right?
Yeah, that's way more complex.
It's not like an equation you can just plug in.
No.
And he calls it 7.9 billion different worlds.
Yeah,
Which I thought was
I love that.
such a powerful image.
It's such a good way to...
Like, wow, if we're all living in our own little world,
Mm-hmm.
how do we find that common ground?
Right.
You know, especially when we look at all these,
Especially now, right?
all these huge
Yeah.
challenges facing us, like
Yeah, with the climate and
climate change.
political instability.
Yeah, political instability,
Yeah.
resource depletion, all of that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot for one species to deal with.
To juggle.
Yeah, but you know what I like is that he doesn't just dwell on the problems. He offers up, like, a path forward.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, he talks about this example from ancient Rome, where you had all these different factions, right, constantly vying for power. Yeah.
But when there was an external threat,
when they were faced with...
they band together.
Yeah, they'd put aside their differences.
For the common good.
Totally for the common good.
Which I thought was really interesting.
It is. It's like it highlights this idea of shared purpose.
So instead of focusing on what divides us, we need to find those common goals.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
I like that.
And he really emphasizes humility.
Okay.
Recognizing that none of us has all the answers.
Right. We all have our own perspective.
We do.
Yeah.
And we all have our own...
And our own experiences, too.
Exactly.
Shape.
Right. How we view things.
Totally.
So humility is huge.
It is.
Okay.
And then empathy. Truly understanding.
Putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
Yes. Even if you don't agree.
Yeah, even if you completely disagree
with their viewpoint.
Where they're coming.
Yeah, you can at least try to...
Understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then finally, this idea of...
Yeah.
A shared vision.
Okay, shared vision for the future.
For the future, yeah, like...
What kind of world do we want to live in?
Exactly, what are we working towards?
Together.
Together, yeah.
Okay. And that can be really powerful.
It can be incredibly unifying.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
This deep dive has been
Yeah.
so insightful. I mean, we hear a lot about these, grand challenges and all these problems, but I feel like his approach is both...
I agree.
Realistic and hopeful.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's not shying away from the complexity of it all.
Not at all.
But he's also saying, hey, like, we've got this.
We can do this.
We have the capacity for cooperation and ingenuity.
Yeah, and it's hopeful because, like, look, at how humans have overcome challenges.
Throughout history.
Throughout history.
When we put our minds to it, we can do amazing things.
We developed vaccines.
Yeah.
We landed on the moon.
We can do anything.
I mean, come on.
Right. Yeah. Like, we just have to...
work together.
Yeah, work together.
Yeah.
So here's a final thought.
Okay.
For everyone listening. We've talked about these 7.9 billion different worlds that we all kind of inhabit. What are some small steps we can take to build bridges?
That's a good question.
Between those worlds.
Yeah.
How can we cultivate more humility?
Right.
More empathy.
Empathy.
And a shared vision.
And that shared vision.
In our own lives.
Yeah.
Because maybe that's how we start tackling those big global challenges.
The big picture stuff.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think that's a great place to start.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning into this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.